sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Running right, here's Dillon. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it. That's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Dancing to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. Jordan Brooks in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Haskins. Finding Knox there, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Haskins to throw. That's complete. Okuegbuna. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Haskins. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Steelers, nothing.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this being a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Something to watch here in Week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, if you have man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On second down, Dillon trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Forced out to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. On the handoff, Dillon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On second down, Dillon. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's the big man Dillon with it. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, but frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
56 Mike. 50.
Now Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Breaks their line on for the field goal. A 56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a completion left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
1st down, Browns.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Push him back. Push him back. Check. Big ass. Big ass. Big ass. Check. Check 3. Check 3. He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Check.
On the handoff, running left is Akers. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught. inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run a draw now with Akers. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and 8. They go play action now. Haskins. That's out to the flat for Akers. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Play action. Haskins. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Buying time to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
The kick by Bass is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To the right side, this is Dillon. Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Second and 8 coming up.
Let's go one more.
On play action, here's Tua. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Move. Hey. We got three. Mike 56. Mike 56. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. 56.
Tua sets up to pass it. Going up top for Miller. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. And we'll see how much they want to push things, leading already here 10-3. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go play action with Haskins. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Hey, what's delayed?
After the turnover, it's Tua. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Browns drive about to get started.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought...
Gets through and now an opening. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Pirine. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Haskins will throw. Open man is Kirk, complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now it's Haskins. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Haskins. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen. And it turns into a nice positive play.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Now it's Haskins. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Second and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Watch the edge.
They run once more with Dillon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Here's a diving catch right side. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. A good pickup there, a 22. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. And he hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection, Ryan to Jones there. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down.
At the 40-yard line.
They give to Dillon out of the gun.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
The tackle made by Jordan Brooks. A 2-yard pickup makes it third.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down.
49 to Mike. Watch 49. It's a party now. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Hey, come on, oh, come on, oh. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. No chance. 49. Mike, 49. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Looking deep for Julio. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
And that looked almost to be a case of, quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
Zerline connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on first and 10.
Running left is Dillon.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
56 is the mic. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Again, it's Dillon. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Dillon, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A.J. Dillon, a 5-yard touchdown run, and the Steelers have taken the lead.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers. What does that mean?
Fingers. That signifies the 4th quarter's here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the 4th quarter, but we found out so far. 2 touchdowns here, and now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, second one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up, had that lead. They were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond. The Browns drive about to get started. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Here's Haskins to throw. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the give, this is Akers. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. On play action, Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Haskins to throw it. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. A give running right is Akers. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a 2nd and 12 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Haskins.
Pressure gets to Haskins, and down he goes. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Haskins. He wants it all for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Back to throw. Haskins. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Brashad Perriman there to make the grab. And once again, the Browns are back in front.
Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here. And they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon a first down and more. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
87 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
From the gun, it's Dillon.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
6 at the 34-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here's Tua.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And now off off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So they were in field goal range, a chance to get this one to OT. Got a little greedy going for the win, cost him the game.
Not just a little greedy, now a little lost because of what ended up happening. Just what you stated there, they're in field goal range. Instead of getting conservative, they decided to press it, maybe try and win it right now. Instead, the whole thing backfired.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Tua. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Tua to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. Tua. He's got the hook up to Miller. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He's going to look deep for Watkins.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this will be recovered by the Browns hands team, and that should just about write a finish to this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And partner, I must say, good to see.